Let's talk about the update. Welcome back to another BitLegend video. The announcement for next week's update has officially been announced. It is June 16th right now, so this will be the update for the weekend. I will be running through the elimination battle to give you guys something to watch while I read through everything. So should be pretty fun. Enemy crit damage. I believe this guy has 220% crit damage. I don't know if he has crit percent. I should actually go take a peek at him real quick. He's an epic fusion. Enemies getting 15% crit here as well, so that actually might be scary. That might be significant. Enemies getting hit point leech and restoring 30% of their hit points when the enemy gets killed and when the battle starts. I'm gonna lose 1 SP, so let's actually take a look at Tyron Mech. So Tyron Mech goes into deity. He is an epic. I don't know if I have any extras of him available that we could easily find. Is that him? No. We're not gonna spend forever here. All right, let's do it this way. Let's go to Fusion. And if you ever need to look up these guys, there we go. But they changed a couple of the, hopefully we can find them. They changed a couple of the guys that had crit damage. And I want to see, so yeah, I think they took off 25% crit damage and they gave him 2.5% critical. So he can actually do a crit, because if you can't crit, then you can't use your crit damage. Looking through his skills, he does have a attack all convert. If he's buffed big enough, that actually might hurt my team, we'll see. And then he has a target enemy skill. And then this one is scary. He has the 2 SP attack all enemies. So if that crits, this run might be over. This might be a good one to watch. But anyways, the goal is to compile everything into one video. I like to have information dense videos. And so instead of doing separate eliminations, because we're kind of getting strong to the point where we're walking through a lot of these, what I want to do is to read the announcements, give you guys information while I manual boss and then autopilot the rest of the trash. Okay, so I like Swordsman, however, he's got very low stamina there. I'm going to put in the recently buffed and changed Pioneer. I mentioned this a couple times, but they took his crit damage down. They gave him speed, which is amazing for a healer, and they gave him critical. So I'm actually considering upgrading this guy over time. It's not a super priority right now, but as he is the only heal team legendary, I think that's what we're going to do. Do I want to bring a single target healer is the question. I could take out deity, and I could put in full armored mech, and he would have more stamina to take a hit. Let's do that. I am still thinking about upgrading deity. I got a couple of the epic catchers and want to do that. So now that everything is set, pretty safe team, let's run through here. I did go up by around 70 total stats and have more damage reduction, but ooh, I like this map. Not a big deal. I'm really liking an SP shrine at the front. This might be a quick map. The sooner I get to the boss, the sooner I can just autopilot and read these notes, because we want to get through the update. And there is a lot to update. There's a lot on the guild boss. There's a lot on other stuff. So here we go. Nothing too special here. I'm going to start sniping stuff out. I don't really know what anybody does here, so I am going to just do an attack random, and then I'm going to follow up after that. So, okay, interesting. How did he survive? He's got like 1 hit point. I'm going to try to dump my SP as fast as possible, because this could be a high damage game. And closest enemy. This is closest enemy. This is target enemy. Yeah. I would like them to unify all of the skills so that anytime you see a target enemy, wow, that's a lot of damage. We almost just melted the boss. I clicked hell mode, right? That was a lot of, I've never seen the boss get hit that hard. Also, I'm just gonna try to snipe him out now since it's possible. He will get revived at low health, so that's something to think about. But let's just do it. I'm gonna save SP on him, and then I'm gonna do attack target again, boom. Wasn't he supposed to get revived? Maybe he got revived and I didn't see it. So anyways, all right, autopilot, and let's start to read these notes. So there is a lot. You can get all of this information on the Discord. The link's in the description, as it always is. This is in the announcements channel. And it says hot off the press as of 30 minutes ago. Number 1, remove the shielded word library. I don't know what that means. Number 2, during the bidding period of the guild boss, members who are not logged in, hey, somebody died. Members who are not logged in within 48 hours can be removed. So a lot of guild members or guild leaders want to be able to kick people that are not active. If someone's not attacking the guild bosses, you want to get someone in your guild that is. So if someone has been gone for 48 hours, you can remove them. If you are a guild leader and you think you agree with that or disagree with that or you want it changed, feel free to leave suggestions in the suggestion channel or ask a dev or whatever. Just quote it or copy paste it and then tell me what you think. So a lot of guild leaders think this is an improvement, but it's not enough. They want to be able to kick however they want, but I understand the devs are concerned about the possibility of some tyrant guild leader seeing the amazing loot drop and kicking everybody and taking it. So we want a system that avoids that as well. My suggestion is to add a master loot option or add some sort of options that you check once a week. The guild master checks that once a week so that when players join the guild, they can see all the different rules. That would take some interface working and that would take some time, of course, but that way, I think that's the best way to do some sort of master loot or some sort of kick rules so that everybody would know what they're joining. But this is definitely an improvement. Number 3, add production team list, including main managers of Discord community in the settings interface. I don't really know how this is going to impact the game or gameplay, but the mods in Discord are doing a lot more than just Discord stuff. We're coordinating things. We're trying to help the devs as much as we possibly can, and you should expect more in the future from that. So kind of keep your eyes up. Colby's doing a ton of work, and I try to mention him when I can. Number 5. The way to buy multiple items becomes more convenient and intuitive. I'm assuming that this means that when you are in the exchange and you're trying to exchange a bunch of green mats to get blue mats and exchange blue mats to get purple mats, I think they're going to add a multiplier so that you can do recipes of 1 and 5 and 10. And I think the same thing's going to happen on events because nobody likes clicking 1,000 times just to transfer some old unused materials into gold or whatnot. I almost think that they should, if the materials are never going to come back, like I think we had Dragon Wings a week or 2 ago, I think they should just auto-convert them if they're never going to come back, but I don't know if they're never going to come back. They could cycle. Number 6, in the exchange or exchange event, you can exchange items one at a time. In the exchange... Oh, you can exchange items at one time. So this is just like the golden egg event. You could transfer 1 egg and get 10 gems, but what if you have 100 eggs? Now I think you can do that all at once, so I think that's going to solve what I literally just talked about. Number 7, there are new monsters in Raid 8. So for those of you that have gotten to, I believe, Zone 14, you have unlocked Raid 8. And the monsters that are currently in there, it's like Death Spiral and some other stuff. They're just placeholder monsters. This is the same thing that happened with Raid 7. Raid 7 had placeholder monsters, and like a week or 2 ago, they've updated and added in all those vehicle-looking monsters. So we're going to get an update in Raid 8. If you are currently in Raid 8, you need to capture as many Death Spirals as you possibly can capture. Because they're probably not going to be in there anymore. And I guess that was like a little bit of an Easter egg / reward for people that put in the effort to get so far. This is a reflect boss. This is going to be pretty interesting. Ally crit damage. I don't crit, so it doesn't matter. Enemy diversion. So we have a diversion tank, and we have everybody getting diversion, so that might be crazy. Enemy strike, 10%. The lower the hit points is, the higher damage they'll deal, up to 30% bonus, and up to 30% damage deal will be decreased when hit point drops. I don't think I've seen the bottom one before. Up to 30% damage dealed will be decreased when hit point drops. Does that mean when my hit points are low, I'm dealing less damage, or does that mean when the enemy hit points are low, they will be taking less damage? Up to 30% damage deal will be decreased. I don't know. Either way, let's go punch some stuff. Deflect tanks are always very entertaining. I'm tempted to take out full armored mech and put in Pharaoh. That's what I should do here. but I don't necessarily want to do it. And I can take out Pioneer and put in Swordsman. Yeah. So if you're me, you should take out full armor mech and put in Pharaoh. His chance of getting deflect killed is less, but I'm going to do what I want to do. We got autopilot on, so I'm going to turn that off and try to sneak the boss, and we'll get back to reading things, because I'm telling you, we're going to get through the announcements. There's a lot of announcements here, boys. I wonder if I could actually just auto this. I'm kind of terrified because of the deflect, but we didn't use any potions last time. But we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. Plenty of updates coming. I'm so excited. Okay, where do you think? I can hook that corner, so we're going to do that. Got it, sneaked. That's boss right there. I got a little bit of SP. Let's just get boss so I can go to autopilot and talk more. We're getting there, fellas. Okay, so we're going to attack all, see if there's anything squishy. No deflect so far, though I'm probably just jinxing it by mentioning it. If you didn't catch a previous video, my damage reduction is now up to 67%, so I am 2 chips away. There's the reflect. I'm 2 chips away from... I'm going to actually heal him up. I should have healed Swordsman, but I'm 2 chips away from capping damage reduction, and I'll talk about caps right now. Woof. I will do a potion so I can autopilot. We went on autopilot there, we got crushed. I'll do my shielding skill, and let's see how the autopilot does. Autopiloting it to tank like this is probably not the best strategy. Anyways, number 8, the equipment of Q1 and Q7 some sets were added. So it's kind of weird. They've added sets to the lower tiers, to quality 1 through quality 7. So that is really cool to see. Can I potion him? Yeah. I'm very curious. It is possible that there may be... I'm going to heal Swordsman. It is possible that there might be some really good set bonuses in lower tier. And right now, I don't believe there is a way to up tier a lower tier piece to an upper tier piece. So I don't think you can upgrade. I should have done the team heal. That's what I should have done. And so I'm pretty sure that they will probably add an up tier mechanic where you can craft, and I knew that was going to kill him. You can probably craft and make that happen. Hang on a second. We're having difficulties here. Let's heal there and there. Oh, that reflect. Oh, that reflect. Let's do some potions. But anyways, what I'm mumbling about is if there is a really good, let's say quality 7, there's like some really good quality 7 set that has better bonuses, or maybe I want it for my build, I could go back, I could farm the set, and then I could up tier it to my current tier. But that has not been added yet. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to add. I wonder if it's going to be like little 2-piece sets, 3-piece sets, little something to kind of spice it up. But right now, as it stands, it's very quick, even for a free-to-play player, to get from zone 1, quality 1, all the way up to number 7. So I'm kind of interested. My recommendation right now for a new player would be to ignore all legendaries, ignore all mythics, and when they add them, ignore all set pieces until you get to quality 9. Just use epic gear, you'll get there super fast. If you get stuck, you can maybe upgrade 1 legendary item, but catch up to quality 9 to tier 9 and get with us. Number 9, the maximum dodge, absorb, reflect value is 70%. This will be reflected in the character interface, so I do believe they have added that on in, and so maybe under an info button it'll give you a description and a cap, but I do prefer when these games put all of the relevant data available in the game. For example, if damage reduction is capped at 75% like I have tested, I think that should be available in game for players to see and figure out, and they can kind of make decisions based on that. So it's good to see that it should be added in some sort of tooltip. Absorb and reflect being capped at 70%, I feel like that's probably fine. Based on the items that I've seen in the game, the highest that you could really get is like 40% diversion, and even that is pretty crazy high. But keep in mind, you are giving up almost every other bonus to obtain that. So I think it kind of balances out a little bit. But dodge being at 70% is worth talking about. Let me do some potions so this doesn't just take forever. It's worth talking about because a couple things. And we just crashed. Sometimes if you use your ultimate ability, it does crash you out, and that is a bug that we have seen. We've seen that one before. Oh, fellas. Oh, fellas. Well, give me a second. Let's do. All right, and we're back. So, you guys saw the bug right there. Hopefully this video doesn't get corrupted because I tried to pause it and then jump back into the game, and here we are. I killed the boss, and we did a couple battles after. I did my ultimate ability, and it did crash me out, so I had to completely reload in the game. I'll be using this video to post and show the bug error there because a lot of people are getting that. A lot of people reported it. A lot of times you'll auto through a dungeon, you'll get to the boss, and you get to the raid boss, and you use your ultimate ability and you get crashed out, so it's a really bad experience. So of course I'll be passing that on with video evidence of it. But the other part that sucks about that is that I killed this boss and I got the pop-up saying that that I should be able to leave the dungeon, but I can't collect my loot, so I got to do this guy again. And he is not the fun boss to fight. But you know what? Oh, I should have switched full armor mech out. I should have switched him out for Pharaoh. Anyways, we will continue. Let me sneak to the boss. I do see a nice little SP shrine there. I don't think I can sneak this guy. I'm going to try. Nope, not even a chance. I wanted to hit that SP shrine and try to get through as much of this. So, let's do some stuff here. I'm bringing a team that is basically the worst team that you could probably bring against Deflect, because these guys just do single target attacks that hit very hard. Swordsman kind of gets around to his attack all skill. If he gets reflected once, it's not enough to kill him. I think he can take maybe 2 reflex, maybe more. But we're getting there. There is the healing thing. I'm actually, speaking of healing, I'm going to heal myself up there. I do like full armor mech. I do think that there's just so much reflect in the game that it's hard to use them, although that was not a reflect death anyways. But I'm still planning on upgrading him and working with him. I do think that it would be nice if the devs would take his attack stat down and put his speed or agility stat up. Let's try to sneak the corner. We did it. That was probably a bit of a waste of SP Shrine, but you know what? It's whatever. Sneak. We will get back to the notes. Sneak. I'm going to keep saying sneak. And hey, we found the boss because this map is a little bit obvious. So anyways, the problem with dodge being capped at 70% is that if it's your main form of defense, like if you just went all dodge, you want to be different. I totally get that. You want to be a dodge tank. You want to be different. I get it. However, if you have all dodge and you don't have any damage reduction, what is going to happen is you're going to dodge 70% of the time, which is amazing. However, when you don't dodge, you're going to take full damage and you're going to get one shot. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to try to use a shielding skill here again too. Hopefully we don't crash. I think what happens is sometimes the autopilot uses your ultimate ability, but when you go on manual, you can see your ultimate ability again. So if you click it a second time, it crashes you out because you're only supposed to be able to use it once. That's what I think is happening, but I don't know anything. Let's go on autopilot here and get back to reading. So like I said, if you cap dodge at 70%, if it's your only defensive bonus, it's going to hurt because you're getting attacked hundreds of times if you are a tank player. So that means 30 of those attacks are going to hit you without damage reduction. You're going to take full damage hits. You're going to die in like 1 or 2 shots. Now, since you can get a lot of bonuses in this game, I've added it up. If you add legendary legendary chips and the legendary brain chip and all of your amplifiers, you can get 6 of them, and you add up the mount and you add up the talents and the bonuses on items and set bonuses and everything in the game. If you add it all up, you're getting around 200% what I call utility. So 1 point of damage reduction is 1 utility, 2 points of block is 1 utility, half a point of reflect is one utility, so we can kind of all equate them. If you add up all the bonuses in the game that you can get, you're getting around 200% utility. And so what that means is theoretically, not realistically, but theoretically, you could get 70% block and still get 75% damage reduction if you had completely perfect ideal gear. And so that's when dodge is really going to shine. A lot of people are using me in Raid 8 as their tank, and even with my 67% damage reduction and all the other defensive bonuses that I have, I'm still getting one shot. Even when I block, I can still get one shot. So block reduces damage by half, and then damage reduction reduces damage on top of that. I'm still getting hit for like 8,000 when Deity strikes my character. By the way, Deity right now is in Raid 8, but they're going to update and change that, so not a big deal. But so that makes dodge really attractive, because even if I have all this damage reduction, I'm still getting wrecked. The chance of dodging it is going to save you. So, I don't know. Ramble. I think it's okay. I would personally like to see dodge capped higher than that. I'm not going to touch the shielding skill. I don't want to run this boss again. But I thought about it, fellas. I thought about it. I almost wanted to test it just to see if it would crash me again for testing purposes. But anyways. All right. Number 10. In settings, pet and accessories can be hidden. So that's interesting. I would like them to be able to hide almost all of your gear. I think your helmet could be hidden. I think your back piece could be hidden. And then if we're hiding all that stuff, I feel like we could probably hide everything else. We could all run around in our skivvies and get some vitamin D from the sun, get some tan up there, maybe not. But it's interesting. I'm surprised that the pet can be hidden, and I'm going to really try to test and see if there's any bugs with this, because the pet is important for the animations. If you watch my pet, it moves around when it heals. If you have an attack pet, it moves around when you attack. I'm really curious if this is going to mess up animations, or what it actually could do is it could speed up combat, because if you watch my pet heal, that's basically 2 turns, because it'll heal the weakest 2, so it'll heal me and heal somebody else. If you hide the pet, I bet it would speed up the combat. And that might be significant. I know my shielding skill takes forever, and my healing team skill, it takes a minute too. But anyways, let's jump back into Elim. I don't know why I can close that out. Let's go to reset. Boom, Tyron Mech again. What are the bonuses? This is the attack random. I have never been able to be successful against the attack random in hell mode ever since I hit tier 9. But I've increased my gear a little bit. I got a little bit more total stats. I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm going to bring some high stamina guys, as much as I have. Ally crit damage go down, ally speed down, ally leech. It seems fun. When the battle begins, all enemies gain to 20 SP. So let's try this out again. I do think it's worth talking about. Full armor mechs there. Let's do Pharaoh. I think this is going to be a long battle if I take out any more DPS. I could put Azure as a tank in there. Yeah. Let's get that. I'm putting Final Mech in here basically as a test to see how he does against the attack random. I personally do think this could be tuned down a little bit, because it's so RNG. There's really no counterplay to it. You just have to hope that nobody squishy gets punched. We're going to try to get the SP Shrine, and we do it. If I get to the boss with full SP, I could probably potion through and make some plays happen here. There's the boss right there. I see it. I don't think that we can sneak past this guy right here, though. I can hit the corner, but it's a straightaway. I've never been able to skip a straightaway, and that's exactly what happens. If we got to the boss without fighting this trash bag, I think our win rate would be really good. There's not a lot of enemies here, so it's not a big deal. I'm going to do big damage because I really want to save this SP, but wow, that was not big damage. I think each of the enemies get an attack random. So there was the attack random right there, but we're back. We didn't waste too much SP. I can actually get a shield off. Please don't crash me. I think it only crashes if the autopilot uses your ultimate ability, your class ability, and then you end up trying to click it when it repopulates. But I think we're there. I'm not going to heal because I think my pet heal could probably take care of it, and then we're going to be full SP. Okay, I was like, please die. There we go. Okay, so this is like best case scenario. I'm relatively untouched. I've got some shields going, full SP. This might be the first time that I can do the attack random. Go. So the way I think the attack random works is, first off, that was like the worst target for him to hit, but I think it would have killed anybody. Is that the attack random mutation is based off of the enemy that's doing the attacking. I am going to use the healing here. That might be a waste, but whatever. Let's do attack random here and try to get punching. My damage is much lower than it usually is, and that might be a mistake because maybe it's just a race. But my others are not getting one shot. I'm going to try to do the shielding skill here. Please don't. Okay, we don't crash. So I think my theory is correct on what's happening with the crash there. Pretty good, pretty good. What is this? Let's see what he can do for healing. Yeah, it's not bad. It's something. And I need to start killing stuff. I can't, every enemy that's alive is another enemy that can get the attack random off. So one's down. Deity is attacking like the worst possible targets with his attack randoms. So that's feeling pretty bad. I'm going to switch these two in case there's attack front 2 here. And I promise we will get back to, what we're doing. That was the attack random from my final mech. I need to snipe these guys down. Once we get to the final boss, it's not going to get that much easier, honestly. That was the attack all skill. So I do believe final mech is completely killed. Yes, he is. I am going to just do an attack. I could have saved the heal there. We'll get back to the notes, fellas. Give me a second. Boom. He is down. Attack random. He's down. There's the attack all. I probably could have kept a pioneer in here, because if he crits on the attack all skill, like I talked about in the first fight, could be pretty bad. I think we're getting to the point where it's time to go random, or go autopilot. Okay. So, yeah, maximum dodge 70%. In settings, the pets and accessories can be hidden. I think that might speed up combat, but it might be kind of buggy because pets are part of the attack animations. This is big. When the war system is reset, all players will be randomly assigned. So if you've been on red team ever since the beginning of this, you get a little bit of variety there. You get different people on your team. I think it's kind of good to spice it up. I'm not gonna lie, I was really looking forward to I wonder if I can kill this guy, man. If I could just coordinate all my friends on one color and just run the map, I think that would be really fun, but that might not be the best thing for the game. But that's what, if you want to be competitive, you do. I'm just checking, seeing potions there. I think I can kill the boss, and as long as I can do that, we can do it. Hey, that's what's up. This is the first time I've been successful killing boss against the attack random. So show you my total stats real quick here. We have 3147, so that's pretty good. And that was actually a relatively difficult boss, and there's the mutation. So, all right, let's go autopilot into our death and hopefully collect some loot. So yeah, when the war system is reset, all players will be randomly assigned. The occupation status of all strongholds will also be reset. When the war system is reset, the rank will not change to level 1, but will be reduced by 10. So that's also pretty cool. I remember in the first week of war, I pushed relatively high. I was pretty sure it was going to be reset, but I pushed to like rank 15, 16, something like that. And then I got reset all the way back to 0. And if I'm going to stay on the same color and the map is going to stay the same, then why am I losing my rank? It didn't really make sense. Now, if they're resetting everything, then I kind of get it. But instead of getting reset to rank 0 or to rank 1, they do -10. -10 is pretty steep. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty steep. But I think right now I'm like rank 15, and I've been going completely free to play in war mode. And I think we're halfway through the week. So I think that's not unreasonable. I think I might get to rank, am I rank 15? I don't know. Whatever. I think you'll make some forward progress is what I'm getting to. You're not going to reset. You might get reset all the way to like 5, and then next week you'll get reset to like 7 or whatnot. So it's nice to see some sort of progress there. Also, check out my tanky tank build. So there we go. Let's talk about the guild boss. Guild boss 1 health increased by 700%. Guild Boss 2, health increased by 650%. Guild Boss 3, health increased by 515%. Let's pause there. So, big health increase. I think this is a good thing for everyone. Yes, there are smaller guilds out there, but right now, Guild Boss 1, 2, and 3 are so easy, you can 5-man them if you have quality 9 gear. It's a joke. It's just like a little pinata. You show up, you tag it, it dies. For a competitive guild like mine, I didn't even get a swing off Guild Boss 1 and Guild Boss 2. In the time it took me to do my, hey guys, welcome to another video, they were dead. So we didn't even get to hit them. Also, Guild Boss 1 drops the set chess piece. This is a massive total stats boost. So even though you only need to beat campaign 7-11 to be able to participate, if a player gets that item, it's a massive power increase. And it shouldn't just be given freely RNG, just tag it. You should work for it a little bit, and then you'll feel better, because if you complete something that's easy, you don't care. If you complete a challenge that's difficult, it feels rewarding, and you got a chance to get loot. So I think it's good. Guild Boss 2 and 3, super easy as well. And they're trying to close the gap between Guild Boss 3 and 4. So I think this is a good change. If you disagree, let me know. But I think every guild that I've talked to, free to plays, everybody has smoked Guild Boss 2 easily. Most guilds have smoked Guild Boss 3 very easily. And then we are still like, we took 10% of the health off of Guild Boss 4. Speaking of Guild Boss 4, Guild Boss 4's AoE skill damage has been reduced by 35%. So that's significant. Yeah, that's good. I think if it crits or if it strikes, it's still got a chance of one-shotting your entire team, but 35% is a massive, massive chunk of damage. And I think nerfing and upgrading and any changes should be shaves. It shouldn't be like, I think 35 is a fair adjustment, and they can always go up or down from there, just depending on what they see. So that's really good. Guild Boss 4's increased shield ability has been removed and is now attacking the nearest 2 enemies. So my testing and my videos have shown there are 2 shielding skills from the Guild Boss 4. There's a 1 shield, it's either 1 or 2 SP, and it shields for like 18,000, and then there's a 4 SP skill that shields for 27,000. So the way this reads, I think that they have only removed the 4 SP shield, so maybe the other one still exists. I don't think shielding is a good mechanic for the boss, because healers and tanks might not be able to break through the shield, so your damage isn't going to get on the meter. I would rather the boss have more health and then not have shielding, and then the damage is accounted for a little bit better. But we'll see. So at least one of the shielding skills is removed, maybe both. Maybe just the wording here is a little bit interesting, but I think it's very a move in the right direction, as well say. Guild Boss 4's basic damage reduced by 5%. So I think that's his damage across the board. And then number 7, Guild Boss 4 must have dropped at least 2 pieces of loot. So right now, all bosses drop 1 to 4 pieces of loot. They're changing Guild Boss to drop at least 2 pieces of loot. This is a move in the right direction. Let's keep reading about some other stuff. All bosses Berserker mode. So basically, there is an enrage mode on the bosses, and we've talked about that. And right now, the boss will enrage after the boss does 30 turns. They are changing that to the boss enraging after 25 turns. So I think this is an interesting change. I don't really disagree, or I don't mind it. It does change things a little bit, though. It means that sustain for your team, tank, and heal is a little bit less important, because you don't need to survive as long. If you die on turn 25, if turn 25 is before enrage, that's fine, so you don't need to make it all the way to turn 30. So that's okay. And that might just change support a little bit less, but I think it's okay. Also, some of you guys are manualing the boss, and I know 30 rounds of the boss is very long. If you're autopiling it, 25 rounds, 30 rounds, doesn't feel too bad, so just something to note. And another one is the reflection chance of Bug Eye, which is a legendary, he kind of looks like a cricket or a cockroach. The reflection chance of Bug Eye has been upgraded to 18%. This is something that we reported. He used to have 12%, now he has 18%. 18% is the correct value for him. Epics have 13.5%. I'm just gonna exit the battle.